Hey every guys, so so good. It is part 2. Here are another 10 ways to be eco-friendly, and I'm gonna be doing my makeup while I talk to you about it. Baby, I'm a gangster too. I can take two to tango. That song is stuck in my head. I'm not putting primer on. I don't want to.
You can't make me.
Number 1 is to use a dishcloth instead of paper towels. Honey, paper towels are so last season. Why are you using paper towels? First of all, you're contributing to cutting down trees that don't need to be cut down so that you can have paper towels. Wait. A dishcloth, A, reusable. B, saves money. Also, paper towels take up space. You know, we don't want like a cluttered kitchen. Hashtag cluttered space, cluttered mind. I'm smart. So honey, your local store and just buy some reusable dishcloths. Number 2, pack your own lunch. I know, sometimes I'm the same. Like, I can be a little bit of a lazy goat, but then if you think about it, if you don't pack your own lunch, you're gonna have to spend money. And no one likes spending money. Well, no one likes spending their own money. And another really cool thing about packing your own lunch is you can make it healthy. And I know we're all trying to be a little bit better with our health and making better decisions. You also don't contribute to any plastic consumption that comes out of buying your own lunch, because most of the time when you buy lunch, it's covered in plastic. So you're not contributing to that. Haha, nice. And it's probably cheaper to make it at home. Number 3 is to thrift or clothes swap. Yeah! I love thrifting so much. It is so fun because like you can find things that are like branded for about like 75% off of the price that you would have paid. I once found a Giorgio Armani jersey and I paid 25 Rand for it. Insane, bro. Like, that's insane. And most of the time, the places that you thrift at are owned by charity companies that need the money to fund the charitable organization. A lot of the places I thrift at are for children and old age homes. Really helps, my friend. It helps people. So A, you're contributing to a charitable organization. B, you're reducing your fast fashion footprint. C, you're saving money. Another say, why is it helping the planet equals always saving money? I love that. I love that. Oh, my back is sore. Number 4 is to use, this is a weird one, wooden earbuds. Now I know what you're thinking. I can't find that anywhere, Jane. I just can't. It's everywhere, my friend. There are wellness shops everywhere. There are those cheap like 5 Rand stores everywhere. I bought mine from a cheap 5 Rand store. It was 100 wooden earbuds for 5 Rand. You will be contributing less to the plastic consumption.
And it's more aesthetic.
Number 5 is to reuse jars and containers. Often when we buy things, they come in jars and containers. And the best thing to do would be to reuse those jars and containers. Just wash them and reuse them. A lot of the things are so nice and so pretty, and you can reuse them to put your juice in, to put your food in, your leftovers. And because you're doing that, you don't have to go out and buy more containers because you're using the ones you already have. For example, you can use your glass jars to stock your sauces. If you make a sauce, you can actually use glass for like anything. And then once you've used it to the point where you can't use it anymore, then you recycle it. Number 6 is to buy or borrow secondhand books. I love going to thrift stores and then they have that shelf of secondhand books and it's normally like 4 for 10 rand. The best. I love going there and seeing those things because guess what? Your girl here is a hoe for buying books and then not reading them. But I still buy them secondhand. And a lot of books, unfortunately, just get thrown away when they are in perfect condition to be read by more people. And if you have an awesome book and maybe your friend is looking for an awesome book to read, lend it to them. Or if another friend has a book you've always wanted to read, don't go out and buy one. You just borrow it from the friend. Save money, save the planet. Number 7 is to buy cruelty-free products. Before you come at me, yes, it is not possible to always buy cruelty-free products. Sometimes you can only afford to buy the non-cruelty-free products. And that is why you need to do research into the companies that you do buy from. Because some companies actually are cruelty-free. They don't test on animals. They don't put it on their packaging. Budgets are tight. Sometimes we don't have the money to do cruelty-free. And I get that. I really do. I really do. But you don't have to make all your products cruelty-free if you can't afford it. If you have the money to make at least one product cruelty-free, make that product cruelty-free. Less animals that get tested on, and you're contributing to a movement that is being pushed forward by many companies now that are actually deciding to make a lot of their products cruelty-free and not having to be tested on animals. Number 8 is to bulk buy your food. If you bulk buy, there is less plastic and packaging that goes into the product. Because if you buy 3 onions a week, guess what? That's a piece of plastic that the onions have to be kept in. And then you put it in your cupboard and now you have a piece of plastic. And you do that every week, then you have 3 pieces of plastic that you throw in the bin. Now imagine 8 billion people doing the exact same thing. That's 32 billion pieces of plastic every month. Now, if we all bulk buy and we buy 5 kg of onions, that's 1 piece of plastic. And oftentimes the bulk buying of fruits and vegetables, you can recycle that plastic, or it comes in a giant paper bag, which can also be recycled. Another really cool thing about bulk buying is that it actually ends up being cheaper than if you bought smaller once a week. If you break it down by price per individual product, it actually works out cheaper bulk buying. Number 9, I always struggle to make a 9. Is to eat plant-based. Now, I know some of y'all are gonna come for me. The protein, we need the protein. If you actually do your research, there is enough protein in plant-based foods that can sustain you. And believe it or not, a lot of world champion bodybuilders are vegan. A lot of world champion boxers are vegan or vegetarian. And agriculture is literally the second most polluting industry in the world. I'm not saying go cold turkey vegan over one night. What I'm saying is to be plant-based, which is you base most of your diet on plants. Yes, you have to be a lot more creative in the kitchen when you make your food, but it's so much fun and the food can be so delicious. My husband and I had vegetarian burritos last night and our protein base was 1 egg and black beans, and we made burritos Out of that, I made a nice burrito mix with rice and all these delicious flavors. And guess what? We hit our protein anyway. So again, I'm not saying cut all your meat and dairy and all that stuff out immediately. No, I'm saying to just be plant-based. Just try it. And that means to just have a few days of the week where you don't eat meat that day or you don't drink milk. One meal where there is meat involved is one animal's life that's been taken. And if 8 billion people once a week, just once a week, don't eat a meal that has meat in it, that's 8 billion animals that were saved in 1 week. Now imagine if you did that every week for a year. How many animals are saved and how much less animals need to be produced. And because less animals are being produced, there are less emissions and pollutants being let off into the earth. We're saving the planet here, guys, just by not eating meat for one meal a week. Now imagine you do that for 2 meals a week. And number 10 is to turn off unneeded resources. How many times do we walk around the house and we have a light on in another room that we're not even using? Honey, it's time to change our ways. Don't leave lights on that don't need to be left on. Another thing is to have a geyser timer. Our geyser runs all day long. Now, if you have a geyser timer, it only activates the geyser for 4 hours of the day. Do you know how much money you save in doing that? I could give you an example. My family used to have the geyser run all day, 24 hours a day. Then my dad was like, no, our bill is too high. Our water and electricity bill was 3,000 rand, okay? 3,000. A geyser timer, and literally within a month, we cut our bill in half. Imagine how much you could save. And that's less electricity being used. Saving money, saving the planet. That is what this is about. And this is also my finished look. I did an orangey brown smoky eye with a little bit of a wing. Yeah. Awesome, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this helped you in any way. And let me know in the comments down below if you use any of these strategies and if you're going to use any of these strategies to help the planet or anything in any way. As always, stay authentic, stay kind. He loves you, and so do I. And we also love the planet, don't we? Bye, EVERYGUYS.